Catch me flirting with our next gal, baby, me sorry.
Yes. So good evening, people. It's Friday, Real Talk Live. And the topic today is female orgasm. You know, so last week we talked about the Kama Sutra. But this week, we getting into the nitty-gritty of the things and, you know, what we expect in the bedroom business. Orgasm. Pleasure. Yes, so we have Candy Barbara on the inside today. Candy,
Yes.
say hi.
Hi, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here finally.
Yes. So Candy is joining us today. I do not know where Riri went to.
Oh, sorry
right?
that. It's too
And
much comment in our backstage earlier. Blessed. Oh,
yeah.
God. Well, we have Candy. Yeah. So we're going to let the ladies weigh in as we now starting. We have some information. You know, we like to bring the information.
Yes.
And then you all can dissect the information as it progress. Candy, how you going?
Hi, good. How are you going?
Well, you witness the backstage, so.
Yes.
Oh, Lord, Ollie. One of these days, I'm going to have to go live in this backstage for people to see what we just be going through before this thing starts. So, Chika, we're going to take a look at the information, and then when we come back, we will deal with the thing. Real Talk Live. Candy, long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
For many females, an orgasm is an important part of lovemaking and masturbation. For it, an intimate and relaxed environment with sexual arousal is necessary. During sexual arousal, the vagina becomes wet and blood flow increases. The vagina becomes darker in colour and the clitoris swells. The labia gets parted and turn outwards. The uterus and cervix are pulled up and backwards into the pelvis. This makes the vagina longer. Heartbeat, breathing, and body temperature rises. Sweating also occurs. Furthermore, the skin starts to glow and the breasts swell. The nipples become hard. In some women, the colour of their face, neck, and chest becomes red. The clitoris plays an important role in achieving an orgasm. Mostly, an orgasm can only be achieved by stimulating the clitoris directly. This can be done with hand, mouth, vibrator, and penis. Vaginal penetration causes the vagina to become narrowed, which results in more stimulation of the wall of the vagina and the clitoris. An orgasm happens at the peak point of arousal. The lower part of the vagina, the vaginal wall, the uterus and the sphincters around the anus and urethra contract forcefully and rhythmically. These contractions last for 1 to few seconds. The initial contractions are the most intense. Afterwards, the interval becomes longer progressively. In general, a woman can have about 10 to 15 contractions, which last from several seconds to a minute altogether. During the sexual climax, heavy sweating, goosebumps and muscle contractions in hands and feet can occur. Some women also make noises as expression of pleasure. After the orgasm, a feeling of relaxation predominates. An orgasm is a very personal experience, with or without a partner. Some women prefer to be alone after an orgasm. Others are still so aroused that they can have another orgasm. This is called multiple orgasms.
Yes. We get the information there. So remember when we talk about the size matter, we see how it is made possible for the size to really fit, right? Because when it is you are aroused, Rihanna, what you laughing at? Right? So we see what takes place in order for that penis to fit, in order for the vagina to get longer, right? And that, is important. So some people are thinking, well, yes, everything nice, and we have to understand what actually happens with our body. Now, in the video, they mentioned that the stimulation of the clitoris is what most times cause some women to orgasm. But of course, we know that there are other ways besides stimulating the clitoris that some persons get that, orgasm. Rihanna, what do you think is another stimulation? What do you think is another thing to stimulate a woman to get to the peak beside the clit?
I know you have me on the spot now, Lord.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Can't answer that right now, no?
You can answer that right now. So did you try the eye gaze? So people, when we spoke last week, when we spoke about the Kama Sutra, and we showed different positions, right? And it had one of the positions being the eye gaze, no penetration. If it is you are able,
Yes.
right, to do that eye gaze and have an orgasm without that
It
penetration
feel like
or
sex ed class,
stimulating of the
Candy,
clit, right?
chicks,
Then you reach a different level now.
chick.
Yeah, you reach a different level. I
So
just
here,
saying.
But you
I have
must
a
have
question for the
but you
ladies.
must have a special connection with that person in order for that
Yes.
ideas to work.
Big up
Because
Abby on the inside.
Abby, jump in the
I
inside now.
So ladies, place in the comment section. Have you ever gotten an orgasm lately?
Have you ever gotten an orgasm lately? So Rihanna, I think this question you will be able to answer is a yes or no, and not a maybe.
No, I haven't got one as yet. I'm still waiting.
You haven't gotten one as yet? Candy, what about you?
yeah, I've had one lately, but a lot of women have sex and never had an orgasm.
Yeah, true, true. And that could be, for many different reasons, right? And
Yeah.
we actually
Tika,
have
you ever
another.
had one?
Yes, I did. I had multiple orgasms.
Oh, same, so we do
Where,
it. So if you're
where you
now
coming
joining us,
from?
ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats, this is Real Talk Live, and we're discussing the female orgasms. So, ladies, I hear Candy get one on lately. You think that?
It is
Yes,
nice to have something to look forward to during
right,
COVID, right?
right. So, Candy, tell us. Let me put Candy. Candy is a newbie. Candy is the new kid on the block. Come here. Let me bring you in the center here. Yes,
Hot
Candy.
seat.
How important, ladies, is that orgasm in the success of your relationship?
When I didn't know better, it was like, okay, whatever. But when I did experience it, it became very, very important because you feel a sense of satisfaction. And, if it doesn't happen, you feel incomplete, honestly. So it has become very important.
Rihanna, how important is it for you? Hi, Abby.
Good night, people.
Good night.
Hi.
Hi,
So,
Topic.
Abby.
so England on the inside. Yes.
Yes.
So the question is,
Big up,
how
big up.
important is an orgasm for you?
Well, as Candy was saying, right? Back then, that wasn't so out there as how it is now, right? So for me, honestly, it's like a thing now, something like a trend.
Oh, it used to be
What
a
would
Uh-huh.
I?
taboo. It
But
used to
you
be
saying,
taboo. Nobody didn't want to talk about that kind of stuff.
yeah, but how important is it for you, Abby?
That have to be the first at top the list. That is the major. Without that, nothing can progress. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You can't move forward
Hmm.
without that.
Right, right, right. So it's to the top of Abby's list where that pleasure comes in. Yes, so Riri? They just told us that you didn't have an orgasm lately, for a while. When last you had one?
Last 2 years.
Last 2 years. All
Meaning
right,
we
all
have Mother
right, all
Teresa at the
right.
house, ladies and gentlemen, on my top right hand, which is your left if you're looking at us directly. Mother Teresa, great granddaughter, twice removed, just said that 2 years ago she experienced an orgasm. 2 years.
Not
I
even
mean,
in your dreams
Candace,
or work anymore?
Candace, what you say to this boy? Anyhow, comment
Well,
section.
that means, so Sonali is saying very, very important. You automatically
Olha,
feel complete.
Yes,
olha,
I agree.
2 years,
I
Cool,
mean,
that's
it's been
real
a
Maybe
while
she
sweet.
is
myself.
choosing to be celibate, probably. So
Yes,
to
yes, yes.
abstain,
And we see in the video just now, they show the different ways in which you can provide. So you don't need a partner, right?
Oh,
They're saying you can do it yourself,
Abby,
right?
Abby,
Yes, lion.
Abby, you tell me if it's lately, right?
Been a
Lately,
while for
ladies, in the
me.
comment section.
But
Is it as long as Rihanna?
Lately. So we say Rihanna is 2 years.
Rihanna is 2 years.
Yeah.
I could put myself in that same bracket, but to be honest, truthful, I get my dreams and I get a feeling complete. Oi,
Oh,
Oh,
so I still had some release, not physically, but
big up all of Amy on the inside.
all of me. So the question tonight is,
It has some good woman,
when
can do.
last,
It has some real, decent woman in this squad,
when
boy.
last you get an
Born
orgasm?
alive, Henry.
And how important orgasm is to you? Getting an orgasm
We
is
don't
to
hear,
you.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is, it's very important. I will agree with the ladies, it gives you a form of completeness. It makes you feel
Right.
satisfied. Well,
Abby,
sometimes more than satisfied. It makes you feel
looking at
high.
you, Abby. I feel Abby
Yeah.
holding out on we, Chica.
holding
I
on
feel Abby
what?
holding out on we a little bit,
Yeah,
Candace,
so
Candace,
yes.
I know Candace is making Skylark. So we have Team Sagittarius on my left.
here you go.
So we know about the Sagittarius and them.
What
Right?
about the Sagittarius on them?
Right, we leave it at that.
What
No,
about them?
elaborate.
So people, if you're now joining us, is Real Talk Live. Candy Barbara, we have Abby, Team Sagittarius on this side here. Yeah? And the discussion is, Chica, what's the discussion, boy? No one read.
Female orgasm. So all of them is saying if you don't, it feels like you ain't have sex
That's
or
why
you felt feeling unfinished. Well, you're left feeling unfinished.
the beat
Yeah.
would be incomplete for a woman, yes?
But Lion, I
Female.
have a
Yeah.
question for you though as a man.
Jump out.
Equivalent to blue balls. All
If
of them
it
is
is you
saying.
are with a woman and she does not get an orgasm, how
Well,
do
I
you
never
feel?
experienced that before. But
Well, how would you
I
feel?
think that may be because, I didn't take the time. If it's happening to me, which it never. But anyway, if it happened to me, I would say maybe I didn't take the time to really get to know that female in that particular way. Right? Because, females need us to cater into. So I would say that if that happens with me, maybe I didn't take the time to know what she like, what she don't like, how she, you know what I mean? To kind of get everything in one so she could come to a place. But as you're on the topic, we have some information on why women do not have orgasms. So we will take in that
Yeah.
information
And this
as
is
Candy,
one of the reasons.
one of the reasons why. So Candy, we will take that note and we will touch it. Yes? Give yourself. Abby, your mind in the gutter, man. Taking it serious.
Vulvodynia is vulvar pain For vulvodynia to be labeled chronic, it has to be going on for over 6 months. Symptoms of vulvodynia include a sensation of throbbing or burning, or some patients say a rawness in the area that can be heightened with intercourse specifically, or for some patients it's heightened with prolonged sitting. There could be an underlying hormonal imbalance that leads to vulvodynia. There could be an allergic reaction. It could be secondary to pelvic floor muscle dysfunction. There also could be a potential injury or damage to a nerve that innervates the vulvar area. An additional cause of vulvodynia could be recurrent vaginal infections. Vulvodynia can either be constant or intermittent. It can be described as provoked or unprovoked. Provoked meaning when you touch the area there's pain, but if you're not touching the area there is not pain. Vulvodynia can be generalized where the entire vulvar hurts a patient, or it can be localized to a specific area in the vulva. So the pelvic floor musculature, which is a sling of muscles, can have trigger points just like any other muscle in the body. It can benefit from a release of the trigger point. Sometimes it's myofascial release from a physical therapist, and sometimes it can be from a trigger point injection performed by a physician, where you would like to break up the trigger point and release the tension, ultimately increasing blood flow to the area. And blood flow is healing and provides oxygenation and will overall make the muscles feel better.
Yes. So that is the reason. Imagine being like in pain during, your sexcapade. And if you feel in pain, you wouldn't feel, your muscles would not feel relaxed enough to actually have that orgasm. You'll be feeling pain rather than pleasure. So that is one of the reasons why some women may not have an orgasm. Yes, so Makita is saying some men really selfish, only care about the self. Some make sure you have it first or multiple times. Right? So Miss Bartholomew saying just yesterday I soaked his sheets and pillow. So very recent.
Good girl.
Oh, good. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, so there are many, different reasons why, people. So like if someone is stressed out, they are not stimulated. So I was asking Riri earlier on, what else again she thinks may stimulate an orgasm? And Abby did mention foreplay before she came on. And foreplay will involve a lot of things, right? So once you have it playing with the nipples, sucking on the nipples, all these different things that, will take place in the foreplay does make the person aroused. So besides the stimulation of the clitoris, it have other parts of the body that a man can touch. I think that is when they really have a deep connection. So as I was saying, the eye gaze. If it is you really have a deep connection, you don't even need a person to touch you for you to feel that type of feeling, for you to feel aroused. Sometimes it's just the words alone the person used.
Are you feeling the feeling, baby? Right. All your hot here.
It might
All your
just
hot
be
in
the
this
person's
place.
voice, huh?
Oh boy, all your
Yeah.
hot.
Not in the
I'm
air
seeing
sometimes.
something there. Hey, big up Jean from Canada on the inside, man. Much love,
Hi,
right?
Jean.
Thank
Jean
you.
on lunch break, Jean.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
time it is?
She's popping in because she said she had to work and. Where's the time in Canada? Uh,
No, she's not in Canada right now.
Virginia is.
I think she's in New York.
Okay, well, similar. Yeah, she was in the
5
US
hours.
Open. Yeah, so Jean, quickly tell us as you're on your lunch break, you know, is orgasms important in your relationship? So we have a yes from the ladies on the panel. So ladies, we
Yeah.
could say yes,
Yes, we can say it.
or he could pass with a kick if it is here really functioning. I don't know. I don't know. If he functioned in other ways, would it be, Abby, I know he's a girl, let's look at the holistic thing as opposed to certain things. Where's your vibe?
Probably.
You have to have that.
But I mean, you know,
Of
Lion,
course.
you might have the odd day, eh?
Yeah.
The-
Because I see that the world is not perfect. So sometimes I
Yes.
might have a little off day.
Yes, you might have the off day. Both of
Right.
you all might be quiet, but only one the thing, what?
Yeah.
You
Chica,
know?
what's your view? Is it a must? Is it a have to?
I don't know if this is a have to, but I will say yes. So even if you get one, you're looking for some sort of release. I mean, a lot of time people they don't have sex because they just want to have sex for what? It's more for pleasure. You want to feel
Aerobics?
something. You want to feel complete. You want to release. And I mean, some people have sex to release stress. So if it is they don't have that orgasm and it just still pent up, like what end up being the point?
Well, we know Team Sagittarius ladies are very different when they're packed up. Yeah. That's why I like how Team Sagittarius is on this side at the spectrum now. Yeah. So in the comment section below, people, feel free. Because I mean, multiple. So, ladies, when we're talking about multiple, can you remember your first intense multiple orgasm? Starting with Abby, since she's so
Why
fast.
you had to start with me, Lion? Hey.
We're going down the chain.
Um,
We're going down the chain.
you know what? Wow.
The first
That
time.
is nice.
So to
Why?
me,
Put on the light. Sorry.
pick up your light there. Oh, good, back at that. Right.
That's the
So
kid.
the first time,
Really. The first
the
time.
first big
You know
one.
what?
Candace, I'm coming to you after.
Mm,
The
the
first
first
big
big one.
monstrous one. Ladies, please in the
That
comment section.
that's when I have now experienced what you call spraying, where I thought I was peeing myself, and I was so
Mm-hmm.
embarrassed. I had to look it up. Talk to some doctor friends, some nurse friends. I was so ashamed, but get to find out what it really was. I kind of calmed myself down, but due to that experience, I was still embarrassed, you know. But that was my first big, where I thought
Right. And how did the guy respond when he had that first big? Did you see that he was like saying yes? What was his reaction?
you know, he was shocked. Like, I think we were both shocked, but I think he was more shocked as in, wow, he never thought he could have get somebody to do that. And I was shocked as,
Oh.
what the hell is that? You know what I mean? So it was two different
Mm-hmm.
type of experience. But I think he was more, afterwards he was more macho about it. Like, yeah, after he know what he done. But me,
Right.
due to the embarrassment, I kind of closed in and, you know. But yeah, that was
Right.
years ago.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. So the guy, yes, cause that's why I asked because I'm thinking the guy will feel like, yes, I reached. I think that's how the guy, and I guess, were you in a very relaxed state, like you were really open and very relaxed when that happened?
I think so because we know each other for a very long while, and yes, we were comfortable around each other, and I think we just started that section of the relationship, you know.
This is what we're talking about. Real Talk Live, all the way from the UK.
We
Went down the
just
plane.
started that kind of, you know, and I was all over the place, and I didn't know what was going on, and that was
That's why she
middle
taking a whole year
20.
now.
So that was my first
Candy,
big one.
Yes.
Candy, give me it. Come, Candy. New kid on the block.
I felt embarrassed too when I had my first experience. I apologized. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm
Oh,
sorry. And the guy was
yeah.
like, first time this happened to you? And I was like, yes. But he was actually very comforting and hugged me up and,
Aw.
he said, this is what's supposed to happen and that sort of thing. But I do feel in me that I could explode a little more actually when it comes to that. I still do think I hold back just a little bit. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, all right. So the guy was comforting.
Yeah,
You
he was
never
very
had that
good.
experience.
Yeah. He was like, you
All
never
right.
had that experience, you know.
Did he look like he felt, proud that he brought you to that experience?
Yeah, of course, he's because because even the next day we spoke about it. And he was like, well, I'm so happy I'm the one that was able to do that, you know. So
Right.
yeah.
All right. Good night, Candace.
Yes, so
Yes.
yeah, Cheeks, we waited to hear your dissertation. This is a woman's
You
panel.
ready to hear my
You know, they take
dissertation?
this go. Ladies, if you're now joining us, it's about orgasms. We want to know your most memorable. We heard Abby, Fire and Brimstone. We heard Candice, hot and spicy. So we waited to hear from the rest of the panel and persons in the comment section
So Nally, I
because
would love to hear from Nally.
it's interesting. Now I could understand why it's a must with the females. You know that you have to. It's a have to. Yeah, Candy, I hear you're holding back there, man.
A little bit.
Candy, you up there. Abby holding back still? Well, Abby says she in a little celibate time in her life. Yes, that's nice. I would relish that time. Yes. Chica, we are tell me again.
Yes. Well, I have more than one memorable experience, but I do remember the first time. I
Ooh, let me
wouldn't
get
say
you this, let me get you.
I was not embarrassed. I was how to say? It was just a feeling of highness. So it had no time to feel embarrassed or
Team
anything. It was I
Sagittarius.
enjoying. No, Candy did feel embarrassed. I didn't feel
Still, man.
embarrassed, right? No, she felt embarrassed. I did not feel
Okay.
embarrassed.
And Abby was
Right.
kind of on the fence, kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I was
So you
not
was glad to
embarrassed.
expatriate yourself. You was.
Right. It was high, and why I was glad is because the person was feeling good too, like really great. It was like yes. So I
Right.
felt great. It was like something good take place. So it wasn't embarrassing for me. I was comfortable, and it was, as I said, I feel like if you go up in heaven or wherever, if that's a
Yeah,
place,
honestly. I
But
like
yeah,
them
it
kind
felt
of words.
heavenly.
it's
Abby,
a high feeling, eh? It's
Abby,
like
them boy,
A
them walk
very
out
high
fun.
feeling.
there's a high
Yeah.
feeling. It is.
A very high feeling. So it's like if you're on cloud nine, you don't know where it is you're going, but you reach up there, wherever
Yes.
up there is. Yeah.
Right.
And I think,
So
that could probably be kind of addictive. That every time
I feel it addictive to all, yeah?
you look forward to that high
It
feeling
can
Abby,
be.
all the
that's not
time.
addictive to you.
It can
Was
be
it?
addictive, yes.
It's
It can
supposed to
be,
be addictive.
yeah,
Yeah.
addictive, but
I
Right.
didn't
So
I
ladies
didn't get it.
and well, ladies, only
You
one
didn't
lady.
get that feeling, so you didn't feel like more open. No, you felt embarrassed. So you couldn't feel like more open. I feel like you could do many other things that you never even tried before. That I think
Well,
that's what it brings on. Like when that happens, it's like you can do anything then and there. You can try anything.
that's when you're drunk. Say inhibitions
True.
drop way down.
No, yeah,
I
it
did.
dropped way down.
I
Yeah.
realize that
Yeah.
Sagittarius on the war path, Abby a bit conservative. Abby, where's your horoscope?
As Libra.
Ah, boy, good people. But
I hope so. I
when
don't
they're
know any
ready,
color.
it is coming out. Right. So, ladies, we want to put a flip on the coin. The question is, ladies in the comment section, ladies on the panel, what is going to hinder you? What can happen? Thing going nice. So I want to paint the story. It going good. Things happening right. Everything coming nice. We climbing down the mountain or up or heaven and here all kind of different things. What could happen in that instance to break everything?
call me a wrong name. Call me out some other name. I done. I turn off.
Wow. That could be one
Don't
of the
call a
gifts.
wrong name and don't call me mama or mommy or no. All hell break loose. I lose
So,
movement. Get away.
Candy, have you ever had that experience where the mood
No,
was
I
broken?
don't want it. I don't want it.
All
No,
right. Just making sure.
no. I don't want it.
I think for me, the 1 second kind of 2 minute man, 1 minute man. That I had that experience and I was pissed for weeks. That that's bad.
Right. So that will turn you off. When you think you're going, you're now getting into the thing, it's done.
It done without no
Right.
warning, no lights, nothing, just like that.
Just like that.
I can't deal with that.
Yeah. For me, well, at least I never experienced it, but I think, calling me the wrong name will definitely get me very much upset.
Yeah.
What else again? Maybe, well, your phone might be off or whatever, but if it is a pick up your phone and it's sitting next
Okay,
and on the
that's
other
one of
side,
it, yes.
yeah, that could be, yeah. Yeah, so Sonali is saying I have so many, but my most memorable was when I first quitted, I had stopped breathing and instantly felt light.
Yeah, that's a nice feeling. Definitely.
So don't call me mommy.
Don't call my
Don't
mommy.
Don't call no next woman name.
You see the
And
thing
don't
is,
say daddy
Don't
either,
pick up
cause
no cell phone.
no cell
While
phone.
thing
no cell phone.
No.
And
No 1
don't
minute.
give me 60 seconds.
Exactly.
So Abby,
No,
if the
that
man suffering from premature ejaculation,
I don't think it was that. I think it was more
if you're too hot,
abstinence for
working too
so
much
long.
twerking can result, all you have to put up a
But
disclaimer in order to get
how do
through.
you all know that is like
Chica,
1 minute to 2 minutes? Do you all have a timer
I mean, it's
on?
a short session. Chica, Candy, and Abby.
Was
All
that
the ladies who have this kind of expert jiggle twisting, all you need to come with a disclaimer to the guys. To be fair. All you have kind of hidden thing, right? You had to let the man know this is what he's walking into.
No, you
Because
can't give him
extra
everything.
twerk with a jiggle
You said that before, innit? You can't give up
can lead
everything.
to, you have to put it on your jersey. Extra twerking can lead to, there's another cigarette pack and, there's have these disclaimers on things.
Yes.
Well,
The man has to know.
team can make some of those t-shirts and we will buy them.
Yeah, you come with all these pyrotechnics. All the time I say, I be decent, she's a good girl. Then I watch the thumb ring, and then I say, And then when I get inside, now hear me now, wife, no decency now. And you come with this abracadabra thing. You catch me off guard too.
Yo, these are just purely decoration, okay? It's not in use
I believe that.
anymore.
I believe that.
It's not in use anymore. All my piercings.
Chica,
Remember, she
decoration.
says she's celibate right now, okay?
I know, yeah.
Right. So Sonali say a killer is when the energy change and I sense that you're not there with me. You're there with someone else. Done it.
Cool vibe. So ladies, please put a disclaimer. If you all know they have hidden talents, it have ladies with hidden talents that not known until the day. They come like a show up for a concert, and on the day they come and they give you some kind of crazy information. Right? Candice, Chica, and Abby. Please.
You
Right?
might have a point there, Ryan. I probably did do an extra twist something.
The eyes was saying the man didn't cater for that.
You did an extra slide and glide and a little
No, we have to be
was
real.
different.
No, when people don't have times when people, we heated. And they didn't remember you did how long, how long I hear? Imagine, I'm sorry for that man. That man are real hell to see.
Why you say that?
Candice, Chica, imagine you pent up 5 years and you hold on to a healthy man. That man are real headache. Right? So the topic for today's orgasm, Chica, we talk about deal breakers. What are the things now that could heighten your experience? Ladies, take it.
What will heighten the words? What kind of words?
No, we can't use those words here.
So I don't have a clean version of the word. You know, I don't have
let me it have clean versions of. I have to think about the clean versions.
All right. When you think about it, you will let us know.
Words and you touch specific places.
Right. So what are the places we're talking about?
But everybody have different places. It might be the neck, might be by the stomach, might be by the butt, legs. So some people have different areas that heighten
Mine's
that.
definitely the little whisper by the ears. So you feel the breeze by the ears and the neck. That is that gameplay for me. It depends on where my levels are. You know, if I'm at 100% level, a little whisper breeze by the neck is like, yes, for me.
Right. Okay. So you like that. All right. Well, I mean, it could be anywhere. Some people like the toes too. I know some people that say they're not going down there. But I think once it is your partner have clean toes, you're capable of going there. You know what I mean? Some people may not want to go there, but it has some people, they keep it nice and clean. Everything fresh. Some people do the fingers, right? Even sucking on someone's fingers, that just stimulate them. Performing oral on the next person is something that heightens some person's experiences, right? So it's not just the person doing something to you, but you doing something to the person that can heighten the experience. So it's not about what the man doing to it. It could be what you doing to the man. Yeah. I don't know if that ever happened to you all, but it definitely happened to me.
Oh yeah, it have some freaks out there, trust me. Have some freaks out there.
Yeah.
You could be doing something like that, and that's it for them.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see their reaction when you do certain things to them.
Oh yes, it's really, I wouldn't say weird. It's interesting to see what weird stuff can turn people on, I should say.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, right? You doing it, but it's turning you on as well, not just the person.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah, not just the person, it's turning you on as well.
Yeah, as well. Okay.
Yeah, nipples, definitely one. When we get into the nipples, down to the navel, those subtle little things. Yes. That could heighten the experience.
Only real height, only heighten.
What's that, Abby? I have never really what?
Jerry, she been
thinking about it. I don't think I've ever been in a position where I'm doing them something and I'm feeling, hype. I don't think I've ever.
Okay. Candy, what about you?
Yeah, I've had. Sometimes it happens unconsciously. Yeah, you have to be conscious that this is happening to me at the same time, because you might be so concentrated on really pleasing that other person, making them feel good, that sometimes you didn't realize that it also affecting you.
Happening, yes, right.
Yeah.
So we want to tie up the man and do what you want, right? So all horoscopes matter. Team Sagittarius and big up Aquarius and Libra and Leo and Cancer.
All horoscope matters.
All horoscopes matter, right? So I don't know what you get, right? I think it's about energy, and I think it's about the two persons' compatibility with that energy, because we did where Candy was for positions on Kama Sutra. Where Candy was?
No electricity.
No electricity,
right? So I would say that sometimes we might find positions as more, erotic. But if you all have that energetic compatibility, all of us be destroy each other. That's my view, right? It will be deeper than just positions and that kind of thing. It will be.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying, the eye gaze. The eye gaze now.
Not much people are the eye gaze because
with all the talk, with all the finger, with all the penetration, the eye gaze. When you know you could do an eye gaze and you could get an orgasm, you know you reach.
Abby, you hear that?
Oh yes, I know about that.
Abby, so imagine this. You call a man on a WhatsApp call and you tell you. You reach out to the girl.
They would be so lucky if that happened, but it
You only call
It
it.
wouldn't.
it wouldn't. I've learned self-control.
Right.
No, it has nothing to do with self-control, you know. It has to do with the connection, that energy you have with the person. It has nothing to do with
Have you ever
I
experienced
I agree.
that type
have
of
to have that.
connection without that physical interaction? Yeah, so the question, ladies, is in your life, have you ever been with someone or around someone that could put you in place without even getting to that aspect?
And that is a yes for me. That's a yes for
definitely
me.
a yes for me.
Yeah, that's a yes for me as well.
That's for my Kayla we talked about last couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla that I saw yes. It didn't have to do much, and I was
Right.
done reaching cloud 9. Yeah. Not
So
much
that's
at
what
all.
we're talking about, that connection. Once you have that connection, you don't need to do
Right, I
anything.
understand. Yeah.
You just need to be in the present
Yeah.
of the person, and that is it. Yeah. That is it right there. So ladies in the comment section, drop if it is the man didn't have to touch you for you to have an orgasm. All you have to do is look at you and it wet. There we hear. Drop it in the comment section, ladies. You just look at you. Or even with a text, and it's a regular text message, but you're feeling that kind of energy. Have you ever had that experience before? Just say any voice, regular conversation.
That's it.
Yeah.
Flying.
And it going flying. Let me know, ladies. I know the ladies going, man. Have
So
you
now
ever
just
felt
have
that?
this sweet
You see, that is the force, you know, so the Jedi does say, that is the force now, not much. Not much in the Jedi.
The Jedi.
So when they hear the Jedi's and them come out the problem because they had to do nothing. These fellas are them who exist. I don't know who's them fellas.
You
Right?
have that kind of power, of
Listen
course.
to what I don't know what you're talking about. I was at a family barbecue. Right? So she kind of say, ladies, have you ever come across a Jedi Knight before?
Lion, are you a Jedi Knight? I wonder.
Right?
We had
Lion breaks in from the question.
So
no.
I
If
didn't say the force be with you.
If Mike was here, Mike would have said yes, sure.
Right? So, ladies, that deeper connection is beyond when you really check it. It's very, very deep. So, think about it, going out with this guy. I want to paint a picture for you. Candy, you and the boy going out. I mean, we go in a little club or a little place and you dress up nice. He come behind you and just say 2 words. And the other go return. Comment section. Candy.
Jedi. We read this already.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Candice is saying, before I get into any sexual activity, I have to be mentally stimulated first. So, yes.
We're talking Jedi mind tricks here. We're talking high science here, Abby. Candice.
So, Candice have to be mentally stimulated.
Candice,
Abby.
Listen, all your Jedi vibration. We're talking about orgasms without touch. With just the vibration and the voice close there. We're talking about something beyond all the setup. We will say Kadi Puja Candice. He just call a video call and do so.
Very sweet man, look.
Problems.
But as you keep stressing it, there must be a certain type of energy
between.
Yes. Because somebody else could call you and do that.
You're talking normal. And they just touch you on the top of your shoulder here.
That's it. I've never done no phone thing like that, but in
Right.
face to face, I've seen like same club scene, everything, and
Uh,
eyes connect, and that's it. I
vibration.
was on cloud 9 was for me. That was it there.
Candy?
Yeah.
So you still have stuff to experience, girl?
Yes. Yes.
We still have a life to live. We have plenty life, so we go experience.
Yes.
Yes. Where there's life, there will be experience.
And here's all I feel beyond it.
All of them say, nah, me ain't so hot.
Right, so the topic for today, tonight, whenever I take it this evening, is female orgasms. So we talk about the most memorable. What could stop the flow? We talk about the Jedi Knight and them. And again, Chica, what we really want to bring to the attention, you can't be honest. Abby has been behaving for a long time. So I'm sorry for that guy.
No,
Right?
you're not a bit sorry.
So I want to find out, Chica,
Mm-hmm.
what Abby go answer that better than anybody else right now. What is the longest time span you have gone without a proper orgasm? Ladies and gentlemen.
Papa, you say that.
The longest
would
time
be
I
in
went
the
without.
same. I'll be in the same bracket as Riri,
2 years.
and then some. Yeah, and then
Hmm.
some. A proper one.
Right, right. What about you, Candy?
Maybe over 3 years.
All right,
You
3 years.
definitely strong in the spirit, girl.
Yes.
Well, for me, it will be before I did anything. So that'll be like quite some years. That was before. But after um hmm, maybe a week or two. Yeah, a week or two. Yeah. But before, not it will be that is real pureness now. But after a week or two.
Candace,
Yes,
3
sir.
years? How would this thing happen, boy? I don't want to meet it, boy. Something wrong, boy. We are functioning, boy.
Yeah, I wasn't functioning. Nothing was
Only
taking place. It
I
was
mean,
just pure
you gotta
abstinence.
have how
But
much
this is
point, how
choice.
much million.
This is
I
choice. I
mean,
choose this.
I mean,
Oh,
well,
the
there's
family
something
say
that
all now.
fellas look what going on with the ladies. Look what's going on. I hear yes.
Well,
They ain't get a proper function and all here. All we need to
when
fuck
you
up
are
on this one.
accustomed, well, for me, when you're accustomed tracking assholes, I
Oh,
decided to take a step back, focus
right,
on me, get to know
right,
me, fix
nice.
me, and then probably some of I are still broken, still need a screw loose here and there. So
Right.
I'm
But I mean,
willing to take that time. Sorry?
Abi,
Yes.
it might have some stupid man who doing good work. I talking about good work out there. It might have some stupid men. The stupid, we know that.
Yeah.
But they're putting on good work.
Nah.
All the fellas, all the listen song ain't good all here. Guys. They say looking good.
That's a work I could do without, boy.
Yes, I agree with her. I could do
Yeah,
without that
yeah.
3 minutes. Yeah.
I could do without that work, boy.
Abi, so I'm looking for Candy 3 years, you get a proper
Yeah,
oscillator.
yeah.
Good strength, man.
Yeah,
I'm willing
yeah.
to reach that mark as well.
3 years, Liverpool Candice. 3 years, not a
And
proper
maybe
vibe.
if I look at it, it could have been
Could have been more.
5 years.
What would be the cause of that? No, I'm not talking about what is the cause, Candice and Abby? What is the real cause? When you're in thing, I talk about your outer thing. When you're in it, what are the guys falling short and not doing that have the thing like this?
Well, the guy wasn't really falling short. It was a very long distance situation. And he also had health issues which affected that area, which I knew getting into the situation. So
Wow.
yeah, so I accepted it because it was more to it than it was for me. It was more than just that, right?
Right.
And of course, he was seeking medical attention, etc., like that. So I accepted that. So and our relationship lasted for just a little over 2 years, but the distance became a burden. And after that, I said, well, yeah, let me just live the single life, be celibate, forget about that. So,
Right.
I
Right.
wouldn't even say forget about it, but
but
I
just take a pull back,
yeah, I take a pull back. I never had any experience where someone need medical attention in that area. But to me, I think I'm just bad lucky with guys. Things will go good in the honeymoon period. 2 to 3 months, everything is perfect. But after that, it's kind of go downhill, and it's either I accept or move on. And I just decide to move on. I can deal with that kind of stuff anymore. But with the kids, yeah, I just decided to step back and do more.
All right. All right. So, ladies, any comment section? Drop if you ever had that kind of experience and what caused you not to have that type of orgasm and that spark in the relationship.
Because when they see the firing, these fire signs and things and other things, you see, you have to match the flame. This is why I say, and I don't know, I could be wrong. You have to be more be fiery. So when we talk, can this them be fiery? And if you ain't matching the flame,
we just be grouchy.
yeah. Yeah, right. So we talk that it's some movement, I be eloquent. Calm, this movement very nice. It sound good. At the end of the day, all you want to find. And so, is the flame you want, right? At the end of the day, if you come with the heat, that's what it is. Yeah, understand? So, all horoscopes matter. You just have some fiery ones. Yeah? And this look like a topic that your ladies should continue, because I didn't know it had all these ins and outs. And knowing that people going so long. So how you you're dealing with somebody 2 years? Why this don't come up in a conversation? You know what I mean? Like why
Men don't like to communicate, innit?
true. So do we think now, ladies, that we need to communicate this? Because I think I'm a let's say I'm a woman and I with this man that I will yeah and it's soft. I only have real patience.
Yes, we do.
Right? Because you had to bring it up and discuss it. And like come to the forefront. I feel like something you could Chica, you had to do a thing with this, this very interesting.
But you see, Lion, when communicating with men, you have to tell them the importance.
You're afraid to damage the ego?
No. What you want them to know, you have to tell them. So if the phone is black and you want them to know that the phone is black, that's all you tell them. When you start explaining other things, you all don't really hear us. Right?
You ever try that? I mean, coming into that type of situation in a relationship, you ever talk before, like talk to the significant other about it? Ever? Or you're just speculating that men would listen? Because if you're in a serious relationship where it lasting some time, and then that means you have some kind of understanding. Because if it's you have to have something good, right?
Maybe twice.
Right. And what happened in that situation? How we take it?
Take it good, actually.
Yeah, you made mention that he was
tried. Yeah, I tried. I said, you know what, you're being an asshole, and due to
I say being an asshole. I mean, that's how you commuted. That is what he said to him exactly.
Well, like she said, sorry, Candy. She said you have to make sure you said the phone is black. You have to start with that first. You have to bring out the important stuff first.
Due to Abby, if you tell him man he's an asshole and that's the start off with, he ain't go here after. He ain't go here after.
No, but
He'll be like, oh, so you think I'm an asshole? Oh, okay.
Sometimes might be
He ain't
the
go
only
here.
way to get the attention, right?
Exactly. That's my point. So you
No.
want to get his attention because it's like, they're playing game. Oh, I don't want to talk about that now. Or we could talk about that later. And
I find these guys of now have this issue with games. I don't play games. Like, men just be playing plenty video game.
trust me,
I can't really. I'm not in that ilk.
that is very
Yeah.
rare.
But then at the same time too, for me, if a guy comes and he's ready to talk, I'm ready to talk anytime, right? But I start learning like when you like to talk. So some people may like to
Made some
talk.
false advertising here.
Yeah.
You what I
Some people may like to talk when they
Listen,
lie down
if
or when
the
they do
thing not running properly, say. Go hold me a whole year, making me feel well, boy, I know I play. And all this time,
What? No.
all this time, always the, I mean, come on. If a guy not pleased with what you're doing, wouldn't you like the guy to say up front
But
that,
Oli doesn't hesitate to
or
say
you want me to
anything,
hold
Lion.
it for 2 years and then I come and tell you, girl, you was not, you say, I wasn't ready. Come on, I mean,
It ain't gonna last.
Lion, Oli doesn't hesitate to say it. Oli say it right away.
I find it should be open because if you have the person that you really, the person or you're going somewhere, at least it must have that open line of communication.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you meet it later down the road, then you deal with it. I always tell girls, you're going to meet
Yeah.
our next man. So you leave this man and you're going to meet our next man. You know. So
Hence
if
the
you can't
reason
deal
why.
with Abby,
Hence
behave.
the reason why.
Abby, at some point in time, unless you're going on the other side, right?
I'm
At
not
some
going.
point in time, it's going to be our next male. And you might meet up the same situation down the line, and you might have to deal with it different. You can't jump out of the man so harshly.
Look for
So,
Abby,
Lion, as a man, how would you coach us to tell a guy?
I would wait till he has released,
Okay.
right?
But that means I release too. I have to be released and satisfy and complete me what chat.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, me. I don't want
You
chat
remember
with you
you're
when I'm
not getting
done.
released. Remember you say anything you're running, remember you're a whole year you're going to orgasm. So you grumpy every day.
So after he
Right.
released,
So wait till he release because that might be the only time he can be enough to receive the information. Not when he reach home from work or he whatever is the case. But then I would say that it would be determined on where you go in the relationship. If you know that man in the last 3-4 months, it don't make sense. If you know this person is a quality person, there's me. If the person who are around is a quality person from your perspective, from your stance, in the sense that this man, he have good qualities, he ambitious, you know what I mean? He have the qualifications, but I just need to coach in this little area here, right? Then I believe that you could reach out to him because he have the package already. It's just some little areas you need to tighten. And if he's a sensible man, he might listen because our next woman they're going to be with, and our next woman mightn't tell you, she could tell she friend. And that's a problem. Yeah, there's here the echo from the friend and them that ain't good. Jane come and tell me, you know. Jane come and tell me, sent us off. And Jane friend go on and tell she next friend, and the next friend, he partner dealing she. And the talk come all the way around. Comment section.
So concern for her, she'll be fussy and upset. And when asked what's my problem, I will explain my disappointment and we will have that conversation.
Oh boy. Ladies, now I want you all to be very understanding because when you say I will explain the disappointment, there may be times when the man disappointed in your performance. So we only talking from one end of the scale. Sometimes when a man is not performing, he may be disappointed, maybe what he's seeing. He might be seeing. It has some ladies now, everything is, I see the eyelash fake, everything fake, right? The thing tie up. So I'm saying it's a Coca-Cola, and when I unstrap, it's a Buster. I have come into that kind of situation already where the young lady looking, watch that, all you know to put away on yourself, you know. You see that false advertising have plenty problems in this thing. Everything up and tie and snip and tuck and kill we dead, everything nice. And when it's time, and things that are cover.
Wow.
So we have to be holistic in how we thinking. If maybe other babes I put on a little 10 pound here like we have to be able. What I would advise is to do is put yourself in the firing range, even though you're trying to make a point. Right? Because then next thing he's saying, babes, you know, then he might look up and say, Gil, I did meet you 120 and now you're 275.
I think that's different though. If a
Well,
guy
I mean,
looking
if it is,
at advertisement and he get fooled, that's his
what I'm
fault.
saying is that in the initial stages, you don't know what his preconceived notion is about you sexually, how you're looking. Remember, we get turned on by sight. We watching, you know, we watching how you're looking. We really know inside here yet. And as time part, you know, you get to first base, second base, third base. But there are situations where he function because he like we say. So sometimes when we thinking we are a factor in that I can't be, it can't just be one side of the coin.
Or
course.
pretend to go to work,
Yeah,
and get something better, and everyone do food that don't. No, probably, he went out there, he tastes somebody else cooked food and don't want yours because he like the sweet hand outside. You ain't do nothing. Right, you doing what you're accustomed doing everything laid, prepared nicely, seasoned. But because he tastes the one out the road, he rather that one and he put yours to the side.
So this is the United Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen, Abby, well loved by basic unconventional. You see how I'm boiling up, watch how nice I can boil it, you see? And I think that in the reality, we need to, you see how Abby got to just make Abby boil up? Like Margie, man. Yeah? We need to, that is the problem. If, as I say, if you know the man is a quality man and you're seeing something, and you know you could go somewhere with this gentleman, I don't see the reason. And hey, big up Miss Richardson, man. Long time. Yeah? Right?
Good night, girls.
Right? I don't see, you know, we having a conversation because even if you're going deeper and deeper into that bedroom business with the person, you still have to have little discussions too, in my book. Because sometimes the person have a little hidden freak kindness. In the back of, you know, they have a little hidden stuff that we kind of hold back freak kindness, right? So that it's only when you start to get it, you know, I didn't know you like that, you know? So I think open, honest conversation, I'm not feeling bad if, you know, you have some work to do, because not all of us are people. Yeah?
So, Makita is saying, if he ain't performed to my satisfaction, I telling him one time after. If it's first time, to be another.
Right?
That is it.
Olafemi is saying, in Trinidad, in the West Indies, we just play cricket, in the States, just play baseball. So that was striking. Right? Wow. When you miss it out.
Oh, wow.
Right?
That's
so
a
what
bit
I'm
harsh.
saying, yeah. Nice women, remember them years and them rough and Trini here. Anytime I make up. So that's why we call it people that we know we have to bring we A game back.
Wow.
Get cut off one time.
I mean, you see how the guys have to bring me A game in Trinity. Anytime you make a mistake, we don't play cricket in the West Indies. When you miss the ball and hit your wicket, you're out next man. So what I'm saying is that I think it could be for the ladies too, because I think his communication should be paramount when you're going deeper into the thing. I mean, your first 2-3 times with that significant to me, you're still getting it good. Yes, it could be good, but you're still getting in, you're still learning, you're still. So I would say, add some time on it. We don't be quick to change. You see that quick thing, you see that change. As soon as, you know, Abby, you hear all of it, you say, no second chance. This is what we live with that, Abby. Yeah, I believe as we get younger, that our mind would change when coming to certain things. And we should at least know by now moving too fast to make a decision sometimes just put us in a lot of problems. I'm
Yeah,
not trying
definitely.
to kind of get with the pro. I mean, as I get a little younger, Candy, yeah, Abby,
Yeah.
you know, when we get Chica, when you was 23, I running heavy and you miss. Don't run, boy. I shooting, yeah, Abby. But you know, as you learn and you get a little more, you say, yo, let me hold up a little bit and let me relax and let me see how this go because then we gonna be spinning top end more. Yeah, we could be still we'll be going around in circles, you know. You find yourself in a circle. Yeah. So if you get a quality man or woman and the topic is orgasms, just be wrapping up, ladies and gentlemen, Chica. Right? I think the best orgasm you could cultivate is the one you work towards. I don't think a house have the perfect, you know, your dream house. You don't get a dream house the first little lot you buy, you know, you build and you build and you build, and then you get that dream house or that dream job or that dream man or that dream orgasm. I think it's something you work at once you have the compatibility with that particular person. And when you hit a little stumbling block, you work on it. And ladies, what you think? Closing remarks, Abby from England.
Yes. I don't know. I think the older I get, I'm turning more old school. That
Yeah,
heyday of mine has fired the window. I want to be
they are
grown up,
feeling
you
some
know?
fire. You see that heyday thing? I think I got you with me, I kind of, right. I,
I
I'm feeling
agree.
some kind of fire there. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing it. I'm gonna be wrong,
It's
chica.
dwindling, and I don't know. I need courting now, you know? Take me out
Yes,
on
yes,
a couple days,
right.
you know, conversation wise,
Nice,
before any
yes.
touchy, hanky panky, none of that is going to happen.
You know, me here hanky panky, chica.
No touching and no, you know, anything that, I don't want that. Come chat, you know, strawberries under the stars. We're having good conversation, going out
I
to
think,
6 months down the road, and then we
I
might
think if
move
a
to the next
real
level.
phoenix, I think if a real phoenix come at Abby, please,
I don't want.
please. Let me go, Candy.
Well, I agree with you, and obviously, as you get younger, we get wiser.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We can't be running too wild. We can't be just,
mhm, mhm,
yeah. That ain't making sense.
yeah.
Yeah, chicks.
Yeah. Well, I've never run wild, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think we
ain't
should.
run wild.
I think you should. That's because I mean, it have a lot of crazies out there, and
Yeah.
as my grandmother say, it's better to do the devil you have than the angel you don't know. So again, right, you had the speed in which you change partners and the speed in which you change sexual partners. This kind of, I mean, he's put a little, mash the brakes a little bit. Yeah? Ladies have a good intuition. As I always say that, women have that intuition. And that intuition is, don't just use it for if you know it have an next woman on me, man. I find out just use this superpower.
Hmm.
Huh,
Superpower.
Huh.
that's superpower. Hmm.
That's superpower. When our next woman trying to get to you. Yeah. That's superpower. But yes, we need to take our time. We need to be very careful. It has so many sexually transmitted infections out there.
Oh,
You know what kind of we ain't need that in the life. And sometimes when you get those STIs, it could affect your performances, affect the way that you have sexual relationship with others. So, you wanna be safe. We ain't saying you don't bound to be hot, but be safe while you're being hot with it. Yes, that is all. That is all. Be safe. Be safe. Because I don't want to be in a position where later down the road you're in a situation where all it is you're on medication. Um, tell the man, well, the infection, you have to take a little break from the sex and all. Good night, Andy. What's going on? Long time.
good
You say
night.
ducking in and
Good
out.
night.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it have some you have to take it when it's done, you probably to take a whole break from the sex. So you don't want to put yourself in that position. That's why we need to mash breaks, think about it, and have that intuition before and know. It's not like you just running and say, well, as soon as you meet the person, you're gonna have you're gonna have that kind of encounter. So as I be saying, get to know the person, get a little info, get a little, more than just so jumping, just so and say, oh, the man looking good, you have plenty money and everything looking nice on the inside. Things are running right. Yeah, you want to be in that situation. You want to be in that situation. So you have to make sure everything clean and nice and then you could head in. When you step in a house and it's real good, you want to be stepping in a house and it's dirty. Not even dirty, I just say dirty. Yeah, so people, it was female orgasms. We spoke about what gives the extra spark, what could stop the flow, and so much more. How long you are staying in a relationship and you're not getting orgasms, and will you speak to your partner? If it is you are dissatisfied in that sexual aspect of your relationship. So think about it. You'll see what we're talking about next week. Because right now, we're focusing on the ladies that look like now. Maybe next week we could talk about the male orgasm. Lion? Maybe. We can talk about it. So you're looking for the morning show, looking for what you're cooking tomorrow, as well as the effects of COVID-19 on the family. And the topic this weekend is physical and verbal abuse. So, jump in, share experiences. We know that the abuse, is getting, much higher within, during this time. And of course, on Sunday, it's Sweaty Sunday. So all those who want to jump out, relieve the stress. That is what it is we're about. Maybe tomorrow, I will let you know we're having a special guest on Sunday for Sweaty Sunday. And we will see where it is taking place. I'll be saying who, I'll tell you who it is after. Is that because the person not here? I wanted to announce it when the person was here, but the person not here, so I can't make the announcement. Yeah? I can't make. When you giving us a little guest appearance?
Oh, you have to give me a couple of weeks. I need
a couple of weeks
internally, yes.
All right, a couple of weeks. I understand. You will understand, right? So we will be a hold upon you. We won't be on your key. Candy Barbara, when we get a guest appearance from you,
I will let you all know.
That might be next year, same time. Yeah. Next year, same time. So y'all, we hope everybody keeping safe. Please try not to go too much at the private jets. We see what's happening in case it's not dropping. They're rising for whatever reason. So let us be safe. Good night, Celeste late game, but since it's dropping, right? Let us know. But we know Celeste definitely had an orgasm because right now, thing on the inside. Right? Yes. Right now, she will be getting orgasm. All now, they say it is important to have sex during that time. So when it's time to push, it's easy. That's what I say, yeah? I can't speak for nobody because I have none. Right? So that's what I say. Right? So we hope everybody just really keeping safe, keeping it locked, holding the fort, being encouraged because we know now is a really hard time. So that's why we have Real Talk Live, to have that fun, enjoy ourselves, de-stress. That's what it is all about.
Well, have a good night.
Good
that
night.
Wrap up is the longest wrap up I ever see in the history.
Well, I was waiting for you to cut off, so I just talking. Well, yeah, I ain't see you.
Big up on yourself, we gone. Only we die when it's wrap up, we done.
Bye.
We gone. Later. I love it.
Oh, I'm so city.
I got SPM, baby. I got SPM, no. I feel better, baby. I got SPM, no. I got SPM, baby. Pas gaspiller non, wap gaspiller m'tendez. Pas gaspiller non. C'est genre de femme remet l'argent bon tout là. Toujours à checker, n'est qu'à travailler dans l'état. T'as eu remet pouvoir, t'as eu remet ça. 4 roues motrices, vite des services de l'état. Pas exigeant passé yo pas souviré, depuis yo pas prado. Dommage, ça yo